And now let's begin.
Let's
Ready?
go. Let go.
Welcome
Yes.
to Transit Talk, Human Design Transits, real talk in real time. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Jess. We
We meet
meet.
up about, oops, that's you, sorry.
You know what? Take it. Do it today. Let's change it
I'm
up.
the queen, I'll do it. We meet up about every 6 days to explore the current human design transits and how they're actually showing up in our lives, and love for you to join us.
We're talking energy in the moment, what we're feeling, what we're noticing, and what the transits are stirring up inside us and all around us.
So whether you're joining us live or listening later, we're glad you're here.
Let's get into it.
Ooh, that was weird to change it up, huh?
That was fun.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, right? Except you didn't add the bit about what we're wearing, which I've been saying lately.
You
Right?
changed it. Yes.
So, we apologize for those of you who are joining us live. It's a little bit late. Hopefully, we didn't lose you. We also hope that it gave you time to find us because nothing's working the way it did last week. I don't know. Last week we went live for the first time here. But we couldn't go live in the Facebook group. But now this time, the same app I used would not live stream into it. And going straight from Zoom, I couldn't figure out how to link it into the existing thing I set up. So we're just here and hopefully you'll find us at some point. And I don't know. So anyway, Jess, you are representing the sun. So I'm going to hand it to you.
Yes. So today I am gauge 26, the egoist, which is very ironic because I have nothing to find on my ego. So today I am the salesperson. I have my nice
Right?
little sales jacket, which is funny because I've had this in my closet for probably about like 3 years now, and I've never worn it. I think it's very cute. So we have the sales lady. So for anybody who's listening and can't see my background right now, I have a lady showing another lady some shoes and selling her the shoes.
Ah, okay. So, yeah, last time when we had the flip of this, I was gate 26 because I was the salesperson and I had my old name tag and everything. But this time I am representing gate 45, which is known as the gatherer, but it's also known as the gate of the king or queen. And so I am the queen, and I decided I would be the disco queen. So I'm gathering all my fellow um, disco ball, shine your light fans to come together and we will talk about what we have and we will give voice to the tribe. So the queen is here to sample the tribe and say I have or I have not based on all of that. So anyway, we'll get into that in a minute, but if you're here in the comments, we would love for you to add to that sampling. So this is the energy we're being grounded in as we are moving into this gate 26, which is a little very different kind of energy than the other way around, right?
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah,
definitely is. Yes.
yeah. So do you want to
Share my
share?
screen. Yes, I would
Yes.
love to. Love to. So here we have it. Gate 26 in the sun. So gate 26 is on the ego, the will center right here, pointing towards the 44 on the spleen. So gate 26 is known as the egoist and the taming power of the great. And do you remember offhand what it was in quantum? I didn't put that one in.
Yes, it is called, oh no, it's called integrity.
Integrity.
Um,
Perfect.
and for 45, well, I'll tell you when we get to that.
Perfect. And so when we're looking at the hexagram, we've got heaven over mountain. So we've got that very
Yep, you said it
yang
backwards. You said heaven over mountain. You mean mountain over heaven. You
mountain
have it
over
written right.
heaven.
You just read it
My
wrong.
brain, listen, I'm exaggerating. Okay. I'm trying to sell
Right?
something. I don't know what I'm selling.
Right?
An exaggeration. Feeling very confident in it though, using that power. So really, you know, that first part where you do have that grounding in that very, very yang energy. In Gene Keys, the progression here is from, we've got pride, artfulness, invisibility. And this is a really cool one because I know we talked about this a lot. Like, what exactly is invisibility? Because it's like, what does that feel like? What is this invisibility? And Kathy gave a beautiful example of how when she was really into selling jeans, and how when you become this person in this place where you're offering this thing and you're bringing this like salesman energy into it, but people don't even necessarily notice you as much as the experience of it. If you want to elaborate on that a little bit, because I know that can be confusing, this invisibility. It's like, why do I want to be invisible?
So, if you're a really great salesperson, no one notices that you are selling. They just really value the product, right? They're not saying, oh, that they might notice, oh, you were super helpful or whatever. But the idea is, why I worked for a denim company, and for any woman, for sure, who's tried on jeans, you know, this can be a traumatic experience, especially back in the days where they were all skinny jeans, right? We got a little baggier stuff now, but I don't know if it's any easier. And people would like grab a couple of pairs because they all look the same, and they would go to try them on, and they would feel really discouraged with their bodies, with the experience. And I would just like slip a pair in there, and they would be like, these jeans are amazing. Not like, oh my God, you're so good at what you do. So they would do that sometimes. But so the idea is, if you are doing things, and that's a real salesperson kind of energy. But the idea is, and as Richard Rudd explains it in the Gene Keys, is you are really doing all these things in service to the tribe in a way that it is not about you. And it's about this ability to let go of your pride and your ego of needing to be recognized as, you know, somebody who's amazing in whatever skill or whatever is happening, and being so invisible in your seeing the needs of the tribe that you're able to do it in a way that they just see the result and don't see you. And that's the real beauty in it, which might sound like, oh, well, where's the fun for me? But that's the idea of like letting go of this ego attachment to selling.
Mm-hmm.
Or not, and I don't even just mean selling. We all have a really, I shouldn't say we all do. A lot of people have a really icky idea about selling. But when somebody is actually using their ability, their artfulness to convey to the tribe what's going to work for their needs, that's a really important skill, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we all know what that icky sales feels like.
Yeah. That's when people are just trying to get the sale rather than really find the needs. And that's why this is connected. You know, the other end of this channel is gate 44, which is about recognizing the needs of the past, right? The
Mhm.
patterns of the past. So it's this channel of surrender, the channel of the design of a transmitter. So this is, you know, this whole idea of being able to, you know, just center the, and actually this goes, synergy is the word for 45, but this like synergistic working still of those two things together in a way that's just really beautiful.
Absolutely. Thank you for expanding on that. I love the way you explain it.
I
And
have
I'm
it
just,
twice, actually.
you
It is
have it.
both my conscious Venus and my conscious Mars.
Mm. Yeah, I
So,
was just having a beautiful chat with Brandy, and she was saying she's got the
Brandy Jordan.
2064. Yeah, Brandy Jordan. She's amazing. And I think she said I think, is that like her son or something? It's like one of her prominent spots. But really, really beautiful to see that. And so this is in the quarter of mutation, and this is purpose fulfilled through transformation. And on the other side, we've got, because reminder that the sun and the earth are mirrors of each other, they are opposite in the mandala. So the 45, the grounding energy we have right now, is the gatherer. It's also known as gathering together. And in quantum,
It's dispersion.
Dispersion. Dispersion.
No, I'm sorry. Dispersion is gate 59. It's distribution, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check.
Distribution. And Kathy was amazing and sent me a whole list of these. I just have not
Yes,
updated it yet. So
distribution.
this is me.
It's distribution. I don't know what. Dispersion is
Is
gate 59 in
59,
traditional human
yeah.
design. I
Yeah.
just went blah. So,
And so here in the hexagram, so this is Earth over lake. And so this is
nope, you did it again. It's lake
Ah,
over earth.
thank you. Lake over my brain today is not braining. It's like I've hit this.
You're
You know
okay.
what it is? Gate 26. And this is a beautiful thing for everybody to look at because with this energy right now, there's a really big call into this place where you're doing things and you're working and you're, active and rest and really honoring because just because you have that willpower, just because you have that energy, is it correct? Right.
Beautiful
And I
thing
feel
for
like
everybody.
my brain is like, I need some rest right now. It has been a busy morning.
Yeah.
Lots of conversations this morning. So thank you. Thank you, Queen Disco. So we've got the progression here with the 45 starting in dominance, and that's moving to synergy and then communion. Is there anything you wanted to add to that
No,
one?
but I saw Marianne said she found us. Yay. I'm so sorry, Marianne, and anybody else when you are watching this. This has been such a cluster. And I can't figure out how to delete the one where we say we're going to be either because I can't even get to it right now and, focus. So anyway, what I missed your question that you just asked me.
If there was anything in the movement for the gene keys. But I just want to say how perfect this is, though, if you think about what we're going through right now on the global level, because we're moving from the process of planning, right? Which is about having it ready. It's about being on time. It's about having that structure, right? And we're moving into this place of like the sleeping phoenix energy. And what is that about? Where I feel like we're in that place right now where we're starting to like burn before we rise again. And we're in that in between of creating where now we're doing this on YouTube and that there is this messy middle as we're going through. So thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for finding us. I mean, that's amazing. Like that's so cool that you
Right?
found us today as well. But really just going, yeah, okay, I see this happening. And it's amazing because there could be this tendency to want to stay in the structure that you were in before because change is scary. Change means sometimes more work. There might be difficulties when it's happening, but that's that burning down phase. And it's all part of it to rise up again and be this beautiful, like, awakening of that sleeping phoenix. So,
Yeah. So, this gate 45 energy, though, that we're asked to be grounded in is really a tricky one because it is a throat gate and it's the only tribal throat gate. So it's interesting when you just think of the dynamic of the only gate of the tribe that connects to the throat is connected to the ego, right? Which is very an unusual configuration when you think about it. So it's this voice of I want, or I mean, I have, or I don't have, right? And what's so interesting is Ross has this particular gate, or is really hard if you have the full channel. Because we get so unable to hear the voice of the tribe, we often just hear our own voice of I want, right? What I want. And there is a lot, you can see that right now in a lot of things. And if you, I mean, honestly, the president has this whole channel. So it's a difficult channel. It's a difficult energy. I know people with this channel, and it's very difficult to convince them of something. They are meant to sample the tribe. And so when they have the full channel, they often can't get past what they want to actually find out what the needs are. And then they have the will to override individual needs for the good of the tribe. But this is part of it's connected. The way the tribal circuit goes, there's two channels that go into the ego from other places, right? There's the 2644, which we have the 26 right now. And then we have the 3740 that comes from the solar plexus into,
Share.
yeah, maybe if you share the transit screen, that would help. So when people have one of those coming in, to define, that's going to give a whole different flair to things as well. But if you have the 37, I'm sorry, the 4521 in its entirety, that's really two different roles in the tribe. The 45 is the gatherer of the resources, the one who distributes them, but the 21 is the manager, the
Mhm.
one who says, the hunter, right? It's the one who says, I'm going to go out and get the resources. And it's tricky energy. So right now, especially if this is defining, like I have the 21 defined, we all have the 21, we all have the whole chart, but I have it defined on a defined ego. So it can be really easy for me to get into a place of thinking I know everybody's needs, what everybody needs to do. And this energy is still asking us to do the sampling, do the gathering of the ideas. What does the tribe need? And then to honestly assess, do I have that?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
And when you don't, to be able to say, hey, I don't have this, but I think Jess has it.
Mhm.
Right? So using that artfulness and the in the 26 to come in with this synergy of saying, how can we all come together and get done what we need to do?
Mhm. Yeah. Absolutely. And I love that
Yeah.
because you brought the whole story, right? Because it's not just this one piece, it's how they're all working together.
Yeah.
And there is that preconceived notion. It's like, oh, you know, at least I've encountered, it's like, oh, you have the defined ego, you have defined heart, will, whatever. And it's like, oh, you can do the things, but it's that correctness still, right?
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, especially with that 26, because there is that ability to keep going and withstand that rejection as that salesperson. If you think about, again, the shoe, let's look at the shoe. It's like, this is the best shoe ever, right? So there's like that piece of
I want to
exaggeration.
see it now. No, I'm just kidding.
You want to see the shoe? Of
The
course, you
best
want to
shoe.
see the shoes. For anybody who doesn't know, Kathy has the most like marvelous shoes you've ever seen. I love her shoes. That's actually one of the reasons her and I became friends. She had the coolest shoes, and I was like, I love your shoes. These are really cool.
I have to just totally out myself. I can't put my foot up to show you, but I'm actually in my house shoes.
But come on, even your house shoes are cute. Like
Right?
they're fuzzy and pink. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
I really
Yeah.
need to replace them. They're getting a little too loved.
A little too loved. But that's the best when they've got that imprint of your foot and they fit just right.
Mm.
That
Yes.
stuck feeling. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so if we look though at the current transit, you'll see that right now the moon is defining gate 4. And I don't know how early you did this. What time was that
As
transit?
you were setting
Yes,
up the
now.
Zoom. So
Oh, okay. Okay, so it is currently still in gate 4 because I know it's going to transition through some other gates that will define things as well. But that gate 4 that's defined by the moon is connecting with gate 63, which is defined by the north node right now. So taking that in and realizing that that's giving us all this feeling of a defined head and ajna, even when we don't have it. So we can really feel a lot of mental pressure to understand the logic of things, because this is the channel of logic,
Channel logic. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So just being aware of those things. And as we talk about all of these transits, the purpose of this is that this is these neutrino streams, these transit energies are bringing us a curriculum of sorts that you'll see playing out everywhere. You'll see everybody starts talking about what they have, what they don't have, the
Mhm.
integrity of things, their feelings about selling, all that sort of stuff is going to come up in the collective conversations, but it's not your definition. So it is not how you make decisions. So,
Mhm.
right now, if this is defining something for you that would give you a chart that would show you to be different than you currently are as far as type or strategy, always keep that in mind that you're still you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And how to make your decisions. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and as far as other transits this week, I know I have some notes here on that. Um, the big thing I know is, I don't know about you, but that last full moon, I mean, not full moon, new new moon,
Yeah.
the last moon,
And
everything's been a lot.
the new moon, this full moon, I would say this past couple weeks has been, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then something to keep in mind, today is the 9th. Tomorrow we have Neptune, which has been retrograde. Neptune will station direct, and it is in gate 25.
Mhm.
And as it stations direct, it will start to move it's in the very last degree of Pisces, which is known as the anuretic degree, I believe, of the sign. Marianne will correct me, or Marianne, now I said her name wrong. Marianne is in the comments, so she can correct me if I said that wrong. But
Yeah.
anuretic, whatever, it's the last degree, 29 degrees Pisces. So that means it's about to move into Aries. And for those of you who follow astrology, Aries is when the new year begins. So Neptune is bringing us into a whole new era spiritually.
Mhm.
So, and it's beautiful because it's been in this gate of spirit, the innocence,
Yeah.
the spirit of self. So,
I love that energy.
as
Yeah.
we move forward in that, that's one more planet that is no longer in retrograde.
The other one I want to talk about is Pluto as well. I feel like there, for me, was a noticeable shift from, that 60, that limitation, to the 41,
Yeah.
which you brought up last time as well, to that contraction, that decrease. And I feel that transformation. There's been a lot of things in my life that I'm like, I've been actively trying to avoid or go a different way with it, or have it go in a different path. And it's almost like, okay, here we go. It's happening, but there's a calmness within myself that feels really good. That feels like, and now it's time. Okay. It almost feels like, for me, it was this piece of like this gate opened, that this thing that's now been bumping around, the gate has opened and it gets to start moving. But the irony of it is, it's moving in the way that I was like, oh, I don't want to have this happen in a specific way. And it feels okay now. It feels good. I don't know if I go
Yeah.
as far as to say it feels good, but it feels correct. Let's say that.
Yeah, and I wonder how it feels to you now having the 26 defined, because this happened yesterday afternoon, maybe 3:30 our time.
Mm-hmm.
And so for you, because I know you have the gate 44 defined on your spleen, it will connect with that gate 26 in the sun. So
Mm-hmm.
that gives your totally
Mm-hmm.
open ego a feeling of definition.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if you feel a little bit more sense of self, a sense of determination, of seeing the needs of yourself and others. in a different way.
I don't know if it's necessarily seeing the needs of myself and others in a different way. More so because I think that's something I'm just like highly attuned to just
Right?
in life. Um, I think it's given me this feeling of like, I can do it. Okay.
Right.
Okay. It's like before it was a feeling of, am I going to do this or how's this going to happen? It's like, okay, I'm putting on my jacket and I'm putting on my heels and I'm going. Let's go. It feels like this like let's go energy, which is
Yeah, that surge of willpower kind of energy.
yeah. But
Yeah.
also simultaneously, there's like a can I do this? Yes. But there's like for me, I'm not great at sometimes like time management. Sometimes I put too many things in. Sometimes I'm like, oh, there's all this extra space. It feels very like an organized energy today. And it's like, I have until this time to do this thing, and then it cuts off. And transitioning feels a little bit easier as well. Versus, I feel like for me, normally I'm like in my thing and I'm in my flow of this thing. But now it's like, okay, this is the time for this thing. Okay, shift. That's now like done for this, shift into this thing. So that's a bit of a different energy. It just feels a little bit extra powerful. Yeah. It feels, you know, that feeling when you put on your heels and you put on the suit, it feels like that. Ready
Well,
for
you're in
business.
are you in your king queen feeling kind of energy too? Because I mean, that's what we're, the where the earth is sitting is where we're meant to really be grounded. So really grounding yourself in that energy of, this is what I have, this is what I don't have.
Yes. The sovereignty, it does. It feels like
Right.
this underlying of sovereignty of it does. It feels like queen energy where you're like, okay, this is how much I'm willing to give. This is how much yeah, it's self-worth.
Yeah. And
It's
I'll say I really love Gate 26 from a quantum human design perspective
mhm,
because, it's referred to there as the gate of integrity.
mhm,
And so she talks about, I think is it five kinds of integrity that Karen Curry Parker talks about? But there's like the whole different, there's like not just um, the obvious things we think about, but like integrity in our body and integrity in the way we're treating others. And I have a list somewhere, and I should obviously it's not where we're supposed to go because that's how my ajna works, right? If we're supposed to go there, I remember it, and if we're not, then I don't. So um, it is beautiful energy though when you think of it that way, because when we think of it, another nickname for Gate 26 is the gate of the trickster, right?
mhm.
But it's the
Okay.
taming power of the great, which is a really interesting thing to contemplate, right? Like what does that mean to you? The taming power of the great.
Hmm. It feels like the image I'm getting is like a lion,
Mm,
and it's using this energy in a correct way, right? That the lion could attack, but it's in a way it's using it correctly. You know, if someone's coming to attack like the lions, actually more like lioness energy. If we're going to be
mhm.
honest, the lionesses are the ones, the badasses. um, and so this energy of it feels like this energy of you have the power there, but it's also knowing when to use it. And which is interesting because that channel of surrender, which in and of itself is funny because salesperson and surrender, it feels a little
Hand
bit
over your money.
give you just surrender,
Surrender.
surrender to the shoes.
Just give
Listen,
me your credit card now.
I know you surrender to the shoes. I love it.
I'm
And
actually very discerning on what shoes I will
you are.
surrender
Your
to.
shoes are just
I
I
got
could
some
gush.
great new boots I'll have to show you. They're
I love it.
leopard print kitten heel
Oh my God, that's
knee-high boots.
amazing.
Very cute.
Yeah, so it feels like that energy where, you could do something with it, but it's not that you should always have it and always be using it, like using it as like a macho energy. So like taming it to the time when someone's coming for your cubs and you need to do something, or it's time to hunt and it's time to do something and like activate that energy. Um, you
Yeah,
know,
Marion says strength card, with the woman holding the lion's mouth, and she's holding it very
yeah,
gently, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. There's a gentleness to the power almost. Yeah,
Um,
love that.
so, and you know this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Human design, in the Ravi Ching and in Ra's language, he always has a key phrase for each gate.
Mhm,
And so for this gate, for gate 26, it's the maximization of the power of memory applied to the nurturing of continuity,
mhm,
the strength and will to support the tribe.
mhm.
And that's really beautiful, powerful tribal energy. And it's really important that I feel it's important that we honor the integrity of this gate. There's so many times that it is talked about with this trickster, this salesman, and most people, when you say, oh, they're such a salesman, you don't necessarily mean it as a compliment.
Mhm.
I always talk about when I was working at my last retail job, and the new regional came in, and he said, "Oh, I heard you're really good at sales. I heard you could sell ice to an Eskimo." And I looked at him and I was like, "But I would never do that." Like it was offensive to me that he was trying to compliment me by telling me I could sell people things they didn't need, right? To me, the reason I was successful is because I would say, I always find that with sales that here's my little tangent. There is this fine line between you never want to ick somebody's wow, right? But you also want to be confident enough that when something doesn't fit or look good, that you tell them before they even ask sometimes, right? But you can see on someone's face if somebody loves something, you don't want to be like, "Oh no, take that off." Right?
Yeah.
So finding that fine line of not being somebody who's just a yes person. Oh, they like it, so I'm going to sell it to them, even though I know it's the wrong size and the color's horrible on them. But also at the same time, if they just really love the way something looks on them, you don't want to go in and be like, "Oh, honey, no," right?
Yeah, right.
Right? But yet at
Like
the same time, you can be like, you know, um, so how would you feel about trying it a size smaller? You can say it in a way that is, because a lot of people are open to that sort of thing. But anyway, but my whole point is it can be a beautiful energy. The other thing it says, the little heading for this is fools are liars and prophets too.
yeah.
So,
So, yeah, I think, and that's the interesting thing is because part of that 26 is that it talks about where your memories are actually like messed with, right? And
right,
when you think about that on like just a basic level, it's like, wait, don't mess with memories. And that's where you're like selectively remembering the past and you're, positioning something in a way to sell it. But it's not just to do it for like your own personal gain. As you were saying, it's for the tribe, it's for the betterment, it's to move forward, right?
right. And so we're going to ground it in this energy of what do I actually have to sell you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we're grounded in gate 45. So I am not going to sell you something I don't really have, or something just because I have it
Mhm.
doesn't mean it's what you actually need. So these energies really work together. And
Yeah.
um, I do want to also say, I hope this is okay,
Yeah.
to say, I guess that
I'm
Jess,
like, yes.
okay. I'm like, okay. Your sacral said yes, even though you
It
don't know
said
what it
yes.
is.
My mind's like, what is she gonna say?
Jess has to scoot because she's going to Germany.
Yeah.
And so I have not even figured out what we're doing next time around. So we will do a transit talk while Jess is gone. I don't think she's going to be able to join us from Germany just because of things, but we will figure it out. And I'm going to figure out in the meantime what I need to do to get this live stream situation working more properly.
Yeah, I love it though. So thank you. Just want to say thank you to you for doing that because, I show up and I'm like here and you're doing all the tech side. So I know it's not easy. So thank you for sticking with it. And
I love that the old lady's teaching the youngsters about tech, right? I'm the person
can,
doing the tech, right? So.
can I just tell everybody that when I have Instagram questions, I call Kathy. I literally call and she's like, well, hey, what's good? I'm like, I need help with Instagram.
That's so funny. I just had a podcast guest tell me the same thing. Oh, you're teaching me stuff about Instagram. And I was like, you know,
You're on top of it. I love it.
I still have a lot to learn. But hey, learning is really a good thing for our brains, all of our lives, especially as we age. So
Love
I
it.
do want to just thank everybody. I don't think we've really missed anything as far as covering the basic energies of what's going on. And just, bear with us while we figure out this transition period into moving into YouTube. And maybe I'll figure out a way to live stream into both in the process. But yeah. So have a great trip. I'm going to end the live stream. And if you hang on, I just want to say one thing when we
Yeah,
finish up.
absolutely.
So peace out, everybody.